the news at this hour, I'm Ivor Wharton. First up,
two opposition members of parliament were today charged with participating in an illegal procession. That incident took place on April 26 after the Chief Justice's election petition ruling. MPs Christopher Jones and Annette Ferguson appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Court this morning before Magistrate Leron Daly, where the charges were read to them. They were both placed on $20,000 bail each after pleading not guilty to the charges. Opposition leader Joseph Harmon, an attorney at law by profession, who was there to lend support to his colleagues, said 6 other persons were also charged with Jones and Ferguson.
And this is my main concern, that you summon people before the court and still you're not ready with the statements that you have to deliver so that the trials can go ahead. This morning, the attorneys and the clients were ready to go to trial and finish this charade. It is in fact a charade. This is really what is happening. The police are acting at the behest of the political administration. The 2 MPs that you have here, Annette Ferguson, she has a judgment against Jack Dio for $20 million. Christopher Jones has a matter in the High Court against them. Both of them will succeed.
According to Harmon, the PPP is using the police as a weapon
against these MPs. But this is not just about them. It's about all of us. Because what we are seeing here is a sort of the state using terrorism against its own people. And so we have to link this with the last statements that were made against Amanda Walton this year. This question about marking. And we know what happened when people use those things. You remember the boys in West Coast Bobbies, the Henry brothers, the marking. Remember Ronald Waddle, that was marked. And so what is happening here is that the PPP, they are giving power and they're giving strength to their supporters to come against us as an opposition. What we are seeing here is basically terrorism, the beginning of terrorism and state-sponsored terrorism. These are not just about ordinary charges. This is not about ordinary charges. So what we want the world to know, this is what it is. This is not just 2 ordinary charges. This is a part of a process of terrorizing the opposition, terrorizing the Guyanese public, terrorizing everybody who come against this installed regime. Anybody.
Harmon called on Guyanese to stand firm together since he feels that this is a defining moment for us in Guyana. 32-year Yuan London, a registered nurse of Section C Christian Barb Wisma Linden, was arrested for child luring and charged for the said offense. Contrary to Section 15.4a of the Cybercrime Act number 16 of 2018. Nurse appeared in the Linden Magistrates Court via Zoom on Thursday morning before Magistrate Wanda Fortune, where the charge was read to him. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment.
Family violence is violence directed at another family member.
It can be physical, verbal, sexual, and more. Family violence leads to despair, destruction, and death.
It can happen to both men and especially women from any background. Children are especially vulnerable. And the stress and isolation due to the COVID-19 pandemic can increase family violence. Family violence is illegal in Guyana. If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, family-based violence, or sexual harassment, contact the Women and Gender Equality Commission at 231-5276 or 231-5298.
Or put an anonymous note in the post office boxes at the Guyana Human Rights Commission Building, the Guyana Post Office Corporation, the National Library, the Georgetown Public Hospital, and the University of Guyana.
Range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75, Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
JP, then call the Alistair Collins firm on 649-6410. They are located on Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo in the Kalon Mall. Call them today and experience service unlike any other.
Seventy-four-year-old Israel Jacob of Wrong Turn 111 miles Majaputaro was charged with the offense of possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking. He appeared at the Madhya Magistrates Court via Zoom before Magistrate Silas Kears on April 29th, where the charge was read to him and he was remanded to prison until May 24th.
The news is powered by Royce and Drake's production. For these and other stories, do visit our website at www.rdproductiongy.com.